let's take a look at the obvious home activity. And just have you, Jay, I don't want you to pick this up right now.
Okay.
What happens when you get ready to pick up a box, say, in your garage? But I want you to, I'll take this off. So we'll get it out of your way. I want you to bend down, all the way down, get ready to pick it up. Okay, ready? Okay, now from there, I want you to raise your hands up. Nope, stay in that down position. I'll move the box out of the way. Now from there, raise your hand. So Jay, if Jay were to lift this box from this position, you see how much rotation to the left. He's putting a tremendous amount of stress on his body. He's not supporting his spine. And repeated use of this over and over, you're picking up quite a few boxes, you're going to have a disc issue if you're not careful. So we're going to make all of this go away here in a couple of minutes, but we do have a couple more things I want to show. Bicycle. Bicycle is something, whether you're riding a stationary bike, or let's turn you this way, you can actually sit down on a bike, and if you have a stationary bike and raise your hands, you'll see the uneven distribution. So if you'll just go, now the average bike pedal width is 10.5 to 11. So let's put you on 11. Okay. Easy way to check now is for you to pull one foot straight back. Okay, and Jay, you see where your hips are going? His hips are rotated to the right. I don't think they can see that, but let's raise your hands. And we see a huge angle here. So if Jay's riding a bike, let's have you go, let's have you face the wall the other way so they can see at 11 inches where you go. Knee flex? Yeah. Now you can see the bar rotating. So it means that his weight's coming to me, he's getting more pressure on the left side as he's riding. Stressing the spine overall. Now would you raise your hands up? And we can see that left hand is a good bit higher than the right from over here. Let's face the camera so they can see face on what your hands look like. At 11 inches with 1 foot back. So all you can do is imitate the bicycle position here. And again, you can see how high the left hand is in the bicycle position. Now, you've read that right balance technology is disruptive technology. And the reason it's disruptive technology is because if you're an athlete, or even a recreational athlete, equipment like a bicycle has predetermined widths of the feet. We know the width of the feet through the core will recruit different core regions, but if your body's not symmetrical, it's going to do a host of other things as well. It's going to create stress on the spine, it's going to create pain and soreness, a lot of other things are going to happen. Another one of those things would be, well, if you're a rower, some of the rowing sculls already have placement for your feet in the rowing sculls. And the list goes on and on. But say track and field. These are starting blocks. So Jay, we're going to set these up so they fit you. These are unusual because these are, you're able to change the width. Most of them are not adjustable. If you're high school or college, in college track, most of them are adjustable back and forth, but not in width. So let's take a look, Jay. We're just going to set up what would tend to be standard here in width and get you set. So why don't you adjust those so they feel pretty good. And we'll back this up, back it up a little bit. See there. We've set up Jay. We've set up the starting blocks for Jay. And with the width of his feet where they are, go ahead, Jay, and get set. So, looks pretty solid, looks pretty athletic in the position he's ready to start from. Jay, go ahead and go down. Raise your hands up if you would with that width. And we can see now that Jay's left hand is, excuse me for laughing, left hand is quite a bit higher than his right. Where are you going to explode to? Where do you think you're going to go? You're going to go. You're going to go in this lane, right? Let's face the camera. Let me move this so we can see exactly how high those are going to be. So Jay, go ahead and assume that starting block position again. Again, this is for your devoted athlete. We're just showing you. You can see the angle. And if your force is going this way, which it is, you're going to be exploding off the line to your right. You're going to be in somebody else's lane if you stay there. So you're going to have to make a correction. You're going to have a loss of speed. You're going to be working overtime on an injury.
It also feels like power's only in my right leg, and I'm getting nothing out of the left leg when I shoot once.
Okay.
But it feels
Hadn't checked was baseball at the plate. Now, the other thing we haven't talked about, which is very important, is vision. From our early research in biomechanics lab at Centinela in Dr. Job's lab, we actually were able to test vision. If you've gone into one of the ebooks, you'll see the protocol that we use to test vision. But from that, we've gone to a number of other factors. We have baseballs, for example. We'll line 6 baseballs up 18 inches apart, and we have a home plate. And we'll see, and we've had everyone from Mike Lamb, who finished his career with the Angels, to Omar Vizquel when he was still playing for Toronto.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think he was with Toronto at the time. Coming in and testing and looking at these factors. We have a home plate. And what we found was that when you're out of balance, the visual perception of these lines being in a straight line changes. So we know, for example, that only in your dominant core region you see lines accurate. So, Jay, let's test, first of all, let's take a look at what your body does with the bat. Okay, so go ahead and get set. So you can see Jay face on. Ready? Okay, Jay, if you just lean that, so when you test this, if you're doing that, now raise your hands. And you can see now that Jay's hips are rotated to the right. This is a characteristic of an opposite field hitter. He's not going to be able to get through, he's going to get stuck, and he's going to hit to the opposite from here with a tighter right hip, right side. And he's going to wonder, why am I getting stuck and hip pain here? Low back pain can evolve. Many, many different physical disorders can start to be a result of asymmetry of the